Hey guys, welcome back to lesson 12, and this is the last lesson in this unit for our electric blues guitar course. And now that we've got this track and we've got this understanding of dominant chords, and you can see it's starting to kind of all fall into place, we're now going to take the concepts and I'm going to show you how you can do that over any 12-bar blues of any style, fundamentally in any key, and actually quickly put all of this knowledge into one place. So, pick up your guitar and let's get started. Hey guys, so if you're just tuning in, then do remember that you can head on over to the website to get all of the interactive tab, the fretboard diagrams, and the full write-ups for every single lesson. It looks great on the mobile, on the desktop, however you're viewing it. Head over there and we'll put the links in the description and in this video. Also, please do like and subscribe to this video if you're enjoying it so far and if you're enjoying the course, as well as leave us a comment. We make sure we get back to every single comment that you guys leave. So then guys, as you'll find all the way through this course, it's so important that not only do we learn a track, we understand the theory behind it, we can put it together, but then we know how to take that and apply it to everything else, okay? Because it really, that's what it's all about in the blues, because the blues is one of those beautiful things where at the real core, it's the same thing over and over again. This loop, this 12-bar concept that goes round and round, but it's what you do over the top of that. It's how you bring your own personality to it that makes the difference. And the great news is that we can practice that. And now in terms of these chords, we can have this whole new set of concepts that we can bring to any 12 bar, okay? So what I'm specifically talking about is, for example, this riff. How we can bring that in over any style, okay, in any key. How we can bring in this kind of movement of chords over any key, okay? Or kind of mix them up, match them, kind of do a combination of all these things, okay? So just as we're kind of typically doing in these last lessons of the unit, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of demonstration for you here to give you a bit of inspiration, some ideas that you can go away and start to get those creative juices flowing, right? That's really the concept here that we want to be doing. So in this instance, the first thing I want to do is change the key, like drastically change the key. So not just from A to A sharp or B flat. I'm going to go from A to the key of E. Okay, so the key of E is here. And there's loads of ways I could do it. I'm just talking about maybe trying to take the concepts that I've got and put them now into the key of E. All right. So first thing to consider is with this, can I do that? Because in E, I've got this open string. So it'd be kind of like, which is doable, but it's quite fiddly. So I'm going to kind of shift this around a little bit. And instead, I'm going to start on my A string. Okay. And now that I'm on the A string, I'm going to have a bit of fun with this. All right. So I know that on the A string, I've got my C shape, my A shape, and my G shape, and I've got all these ideas that we've learned from this. So, okay. So this is, you know, simplistic to some extent, but also tricky. So I'm going to be basically now switching things around. So I know that in the key of E, if E is my root note, my 4 chord, so E, so let's just do it on the E, F sharp is the 2, then we've got G sharp, and then A. A is the 4 chord, so I can do an A. And I can see that there's an A there, or I could go up to this A here. I can mix and match, so A, okay. And then I know that my 5 chord is a B. So I know I've got a B there, I've got a B there, I've got a B here. So I'm going to be able to mix and match with those ones. Okay, so just have a little listen to this. This is how I'm going to do my 12 bar in E. And to really make it like clear that I'm doing an E, I'm going to go to my 5 chord first, which is a B. And I'm going to do my augmented chord. So that, you know, we learned this. B augmented. And then I'm going to come down to start my 12 bar. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chord. Back to the 1 chord. Four chord. Okay, so let's just talk through that for a second, okay? Because I'm just kind of introducing you to this concept. And you might be sitting there going, what on earth just happened, okay? But I want you to really think about it. I didn't do anything that you don't know how to do, okay? All I did was reuse the different ideas, but now I've moved it around a little bit, okay? I know that I had, my root chord was E, my 4 chord was A, and my 5 chord was B. And just because of where they happen to now be placed on the guitar, I had different options. So I couldn't start with this kind of like, because that didn't fit neatly. You know, I'm starting on an E here, okay? So that meant I had these chords in this shape to kind of play with, and I played those for 4 bars, because my first chord has 4 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'm messing around a little bit with the rhythms. Yep, that's fair. But I'm just certainly still using those chords. Then when I go to the 4 chord, it just happens to land. Here's the closest one on that E string. Okay. So now from there, I can do my, I know that on the E string, I've got this chord and this chord. I can now do that riff that I now know. Or just without the lead. And then back to my 1 chord. And then when I go to the 5 chord, okay, which happens to fall, again, the closest one, rather than coming down here or up here, the closest one falls there, B on the E string. I know I can do that riff. I can do the riff when I come back down to A. And when I go back up to E, now we're in this turnaround section. So remember, 1 bar of E, and then basically 1 bar of B. So 1 bar of the root chord, 1 bar of the 5 chord. So. Okay, and if you want to do an augmented, we know the shape. This is actually a really nice way to do a B augmented. You just do the open strings, you know, 2nd fret, 1st fret, open, open. And then there we go. Okay, so did that make some sense? You know, you can basically just reshuffle things and to create a little bit of interest, even just for yourself as you're kind of playing through this stuff. You can even just do it in the same key. So if I just took A again, I was doing this, okay, and you've learned this and you've got this down, but I don't have to do this. I can reshuffle things a little bit more. So I might choose to, in A, you know, start there, but then when I come up to the A here, I might take a couple of those moves. So for example, for my first 4 bars of A, I might go like this. Equally, when I then go to the 4 chord, I can do my, or I could come to the 4 chord here, so the D, and I know that as soon as I'm on the E string root note, that's there for me, that's available. Then I can come back to the root. I might want to come up. Again, then from the 5 chord, okay, so we know it's an E, so I could just do a big open E. Okay, so I could do the open E, then I could go to that D shape because we know they're paired. All I know then is to drop down chromatically to get to the 4 chord, I just have to go. So I literally just drop down chromatically, that's all that is. As long as you're on the correct chord to start with, you go down 1. Okay, on the bits you can drop down chromatically. And then 1 more and you're on the right chord. And then I can go back to the A, E, and that's a really nice little turnaround, okay? So Does that make sense, guys? This is something where I'm really interested to kind of start to develop, start to work through. We're going to have a whole unit on the idea of shifting things around, changing key, finding really cool shortcuts so that even if someone throws E flat at you, B flat, C, whatever keys you're like, oh God, I don't know about those keys. You know, I'm comfortable in E and A, but can I do B flat? With this knowledge, you will be able to, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Do let me know how you get on with that, and I'll see you in the next unit. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We do our absolute best to answer every single comment. If you've got questions, here is the place to write them so that we can get back to you and really help you out with this stuff. If you want to carry on with this course and you're loving it, then you can find the next lesson right here, and you can start the whole thing. The whole playlist is here on YouTube as well. So click one of those two links and I'll see you in the next lesson.